Hey, I'm Mr. Kerr, and welcome to some more coverage from Season 4 of Formula Xbox. And Tier 1 visited Silverstone for round 9 of the Championship. My return to the Championship after a few weeks away, a month away from the Championship. As you can see, I didn't qualify, there's only 10 guys in qualifying now. And as you can see, Pro Racing on pole ahead of Jokers with Arstom on the second row. What is this madness? As we didn't qualify to save our tyres for this race, starting on the prime tyres near the back. Out of 12 guys, we are starting 9th, so a couple of guys joined after qualifying, as you can see, getting a squirrely start away as usual, as my teammate gets a bit aggressive here, looking down the middle of the Ferrari and McLaren there it seems, but we're looking on the inside. We've got Sam there, we also got Casey Legend in the Lotus, there's his nose, as we brake on the grass and we go wide in Village. Well, this is a great comeback, isn't it, as we go back to last, and now we're going through our teammate. And stop Matt as well, he got a bit nudged by a midget into that loop turn, he locked up, and so unfortunately stop Matt was forced wide. But as you can see, we're down to 10th place with Kells in front of us in the Mercedes in 9th at the end of our first sector. This is a great comeback, as I said, through Brooklands and Luffield now, and this is why I haven't been posting another video on this channel for like a month and a half now, is because I went away last month for about 3 weeks, and so yeah, for that month I was away, you know, jet lagged, and then this month, you know, I've just been gathering some footage from Formula Xbox. So I've been back now for 3 races. We got our 4th race on Saturday, and hopefully I can actually do well on that one, as I haven't really done well since I've been back, as you will see in this race. So I was very rusty in the second half of this race, and the first half was okay, as we try and get a good run out of Maggots and Beckett's and down Chapel now, as we get our Kerrs in our back pocket, which we always save, of course, for later in the lap. And now Kellis is defending hard in his Mercedes, but we've just gone round his outside into Stover and up to 9th place behind Casey Legend in the Lotus, who was batting hard with us in that first few corners. And now on to lap 4 and going through Maggots and Beckett's once again. We have got Sam in front of us now, and we've got Casey Legend in front of him, and we are gaining on Sam, it seems. We've got a great run through Chapel now onto the hanger straight, and we are right behind. No, we're not. He's teleported. I didn't know that was allowed, Midge. I didn't know teleportation was allowed. Yeah, there was a bit of lag going on in this race, unfortunately for Sam. So yeah, he appeared in places where he wasn't, as you would see in, say, Legion's video as well. On his live com, Sam was in front of him apparently, and you know, he was just further in front. But as you can see, we've got Midge and Casey Legend batting hard in front onto that 5. We've got Pro Racing in the pits. We've got Arstom in the pits as well. And they had a fantastic battle for first place, looking at Arstrom's highlights. And as you can see, going through Farm Curve now into Village, right on the back of Casey Legend. And this is how ridiculous this collision system is in F1 2013. Look, barely touched him. I bet he didn't even feel that, but it just spun my car around, and so as you can see, cost me a chance of making a move on him as he gets past Drastic Midget. And then onto lap 6, we are right behind Drastic Midget as a few other cars have pitted. It's only me, Midget and Sam who have stayed out. We've got Arsterm and Pro Racing behind us, battling hard, of course, and we're battling hard with Midge trying to get in front of him on our prime tyres. He's on the option tyres, and I made a mistake with my strategy here. As you saw, I've called for the option tyres already. I'm going to pit at the end of this lap, spoiler alert, and I should have stayed out for a lap or 2 actually on these prime tyres. They were really good, these prime tyres. Option tyres, after a lap or 2, they were useless, and so I really should have stayed out on these prime tyres, you know, kept on my good rhythm of what going here. I was doing decent lap times, and as you can see through Chapel, we're going a bit wide and made a mistake, and we made a mistake with the strategy, and that really did cost me in the race, I believe. So, you know, I was a bit rusty in the second half of this race, but I believe I would have still done better if I called the strategy better. As we look on the outside of Midget. No, we're doing a cutback, going down his inside as we both head towards the pits. Who's going into first? And we have just beaten him. We've done our job. Now it's the job of our mechanics, as we go in very slowly into this Silverstone pit, and ridiculously slow. And oh, on the right there are people in the glass on display. I think those are former circuit owners that Bernie negotiated with, and it's kind of like a warning to other circuit owners, like if you don't pay the fees, you get put on display in the Silverstone pit lane. So on the right we just glare at them, menacingly. That's what happens to the old circuit promoters. The Korean promoter, he's there already on display in the game. So as you can see, my pit crew were a bit drunk, and they let Drastic Midget out in front. Red Bull being nice to them, what the hell. And now we've got Casey Legend behind us in the Lotus. Can we join in front of him as he goes through farm? He's taking it down here inside into Village, and we just hold on though ahead of the Lotus, and we've got Midget in front of us on the Red Bull, on the prime tyres, the better tyres. So we've got to take advantage of these option tyres in the first couple of laps, you know, stick on his tail, hopefully make a couple of positions. As you can see, ahead of Midge, there's 6th place, there's 5th place, there's 4th place. It's very close in front of us. I think it's Legion and Arte right in front, but as you can see, I made a mistake into Brookins, so now into Luffield. I'm cutting the grass here. I expect to get a fee for cutting the grass there, but as you can see, Casey Legends taking advantage of it, gone round our outside in the Lotus, and now we've got to get past him quickly. A stop Matt, recovering from that first corner malaise, is really on the pace, and onto lap 9, he is right behind it. He's taking a look down on the inside here, is he? Oh, not quite, but as we go into Village and now into the loop, we outbrake ourselves, we're going wide, and we've virtually opened the door so wide we've slammed ourselves in the face, and there goes Stop Matt as we are dazed and confused, and we're down to 10th place with only our teammate behind us. Hamilton fan, yay, we're in formation, 10th and 11th, just what Force India wanted, but as I say, we've got to make some moves in the second half of this race, and we're trying to look round the outside of Stop Matt, but we touch, and I believe that was more my fault, and I just came in a bit too close to him, so, you know, the stupid driving from me there. And on to the next lap. Now he's got Drastic Midget all over his tail, as Midget, I believe, had controller problems, so that cost him like 5 seconds at least, and now we're down the inside of Stop Matt, going wide, pushing him wide, losing the back end, going wide on the exit, and I believe that looked very bad on my end. He didn't mind it after the race, but, you know, in this race I thought I pushed him out wide, and so I was going to let him through onto the next DRS straight away. You know, he has the most advantage, of course, with the DRS, and let him have that. But as you go through Farm and Abbey, we go a bit wide, and so now we turning left, trying to give him room down the inside into the Village, but he's gone across on the grass. He says I pushed him wide, but as you can see, I'm trying to give him so much room, you know, there. Maybe my car did go towards him in the middle of that corner, that did force him out wide. It might have been lag involved as well. I do apologise now. I don't think I apologised at the time, but I do apologise now, Stop Matt, for the kind of accidental pushing you off there, as I didn't mean it at all. As you saw, I was trying to give him so much room. You could have parked 10, you know, buses in there. You could have been, you know, it was like watching a Chelsea game there. So yeah, as you can see, unfortunately Stop Matt retired, and so, you know, my teammates in the points, and we're trying to catch up the Drastic Midget, just a couple of seconds in front of us, back in half of Case of Legend. But when we pushed, we drove dreadfully. We cut the grass a bit more. As I said, I expect a fee for that Silverstone. But as you go on to the last lap, Ars Term in the familiar #1 spot. He's unbeatable, that guy. Totally unbeatable. Even though he got out qualified, it didn't happen. He outraced him. And so well done to him again, ahead of Pro Racing. I believe even Joker's right up there. But as you can see, we're in 9th place. Teammate behind us. The last couple of finishes, just what we want on our return. Formation flying. The Force Indians. As you can see, Drastic Midget in front. He would have been batting in the top 6. I would have probably been batting in the top 6 along with him if we got the strategy right, and if I just drove well on the second of that race. Very rusty after over a month away. But yeah, well done to Ars Term, Pro Racing and Jokers. Hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching. I'll be back with the 50% special round Monza. So till then, cheerio.